Hello, welcome to Find Your Place, Position and Purpose. I hope that as you join the webinar today, that you will go back empowered to find your place, position and purpose. So for today, we're going to talk about the first step on find your place, position and purpose. I'm just going to do a quick recap on what we talked about on our first webinar. But before I do that, I'll just quickly introduce myself to everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Omomi Olunloyo. Everyone calls me Toks. I'm a mom of two. I love God. I'm a child of God. I'm passionate about helping women, especially moms, busy moms who work, to create their reality, to find their place, position, and purpose so that they can live their best life. So the webinar we are hoping is going to run for about 60 minutes. And in the 60 minutes, we're going to run through find your place, position, and purpose. So, like I said, I'll give like a recap of what we talked about last time. So, in case I'm looking down, it's because of my notebook that I have in here with me. So, just to make sure that I cover everything. So, that's why I'm looking down, in case you're wondering why. So, we talked about find your place, position, and purpose. And based on the blueprint that I have personally used, I discussed that there were five key points, and the first of them was know who you are. The second one was know your gift and calling. The third one, know where you are. The fourth one, know your fears. And the fifth one, know when to start. So today, we're going to be talking about the first key, which is know who you are, which is why I titled today's message, Woman, do you know who you are? So I ask you today, do you know who you are? I can see we have some people on the line. Could you just, for me to know that you can hear me, and I'm not just speaking to myself, could you just type in the chat box a hello and a hi, so that I can know that you're hearing me, and then I can keep um, talking. I'm just going to wait for a few minutes for people to just say hello, hi. Just go to the chat box and just type a hello, hi. Okay, I'm still waiting, and I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, could you please just type a hello and a hi in the chat box, please? Just going to do a little bit of typing here to encourage everyone who is on the line. Thank you for joining us to find your place, position, and purpose. Just saying hi to everyone. Okay, I can see Joy is here, and I can see that Mary is here. Welcome, Joy. Welcome, Mary, to the webinar. Awesome. Okay, since I have more people joining, awesome. Welcome. If you can hear me, can you please say hi? Am I losing you on the webinar? I see Joy is still here, and I can still see that Mary is still here. Can you type in the chat box hello and a hi just to verify that you can hear me? As we are live and find your place, position, and purpose. Okay, so I'm going to continue talking and I'm going to assume you can hear me. And if you can't, you're going to send a message to me to let me know. There's a chat box on the right hand side of your screen. You can type in questions there if you have any questions. If there's something you'd like me to address while I'm speaking. So, like I said, the first step is know who you are. So today we'll be talking about women. Do you know who you are? So are you ready to, bring back joy into your life? Are you ready to be all that you have been created to be? Are you ready to stop being a copy? Really, be yourself, be original. What is stopping you from enjoying your life? What is stopping you from living your life? What is stopping you from being all that you have been created? Perhaps where you want to be in your life is where you are fulfilled, yes, where you are content and where you are happy because you know who you are. Life is good and you want to be enjoying it despite all the challenges that you're going through. It's okay, you're not stressed, you're not struggling. What a beautiful place to be. You can just imagine it. There's a quote that says, it takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. That's a quote from E.E. Cummings, which I love, which I like a lot. So I ask you right now, who are you? Who are you? I'm not asking you to tell me your name. Because a lot of the time when we say, who are you? You mention your name. You say, oh, Omomi is a lawyer. But is that really you? That's your name. Who are you? I ask you now, who are you? What do you believe? What fills you up with joy? What fills you up with joy and wonder? Think about it. I give you a few seconds. Think about it. What fills you up with joy and wonder? Who are you? Just typing in the chat box. Who are you? Think about it. Who are you? Who are you? So let me give you an example. I found this example when I was reading one of an online article from Joyce Meyer, where she was talking about who are you? Who are you? And she talked about a pastor, one of the pastors who is kind of like a protocol officer to her. And this person is a pastor, but this person cleans up after her. This person, does the dishes, does the laundering, does the ironing, does everything. Basically picks up after her from everything that she does. And she said, but this lady, this pastor lady, it doesn't matter that she's a pastor. It doesn't matter the office that she's occupying. She knows she's here to serve, you understand? And it didn't bother her. It didn't make a difference in terms of her attitude, her behavior, and her character. She served beautifully because she knew who she was. She was okay. She was content. The title, she did not feel the need to impress anybody. She felt free to do whatever she needed to do because she knew she was doing it unto the Lord. So I say to you, who are you? Who are you? This is one of the greatest freedom you can have, knowing who you are. Because when you don't know who you are, then you will be anything. The world will define you, society will label you. But when you know who you are, that's the greatest freedom you can have for yourself. Who are you? I say to you again. Do you struggle with the need to impress people? And most of the pressure and the stress that is experienced in life is caused by the need to impress others. Who are you? Imagine with me for a second how your life would be like and feel like if you did not have to worry about what other people thought about you. Imagine, in a world like this, you didn't have to worry about what other people thought about you. How beautiful would that be? How beautiful would that be? That you don't have anything to prove, that you're comfortable being you in your skin, the way you are, how tall, how short, how fat, how thin, how slim, how educated, how uneducated. You're comfortably being you, who God has created you to be. You're comfortable being you. It's important to know who you are in Christ, what you can do and what you can't do. I have a Bible scripture, Colossians 3:17 there. If you're taking notes and writing down. Have you heard of the serenity prayer? It's one that I continually kind of like comes back to my mind from time to time to say, what, I accept the things I can change and and the things I can change. What is in my control? I posted today on Facebook something that happened to me yesterday. basically me taking control of my situation, my child, because I knew who I was. So I got to the platform at my normal usual 6:49 a.m. in the morning to get a train going to Paddington. I got there and the schedule, everything was fine. No alarming, nothing to give me any cause or to worry about or to think about as options. And when it was about 6:48, all of a sudden we saw, because I wasn't the only one on the platform, a lot of us on the platform, we just saw cancelled. Oh, I thought, okay, that's fine. I'll get the next one. I'm like, yeah, the next one is still fine. Maybe 5-10 minutes more. I just need to walk faster, to get to the office. And then when the next one was supposed to be 7:01, it was cancelled again. I'm thinking, awesome. Those were my exact words on the platform. And everyone turned and looked at me. I thought, awesome. Awesome. That's what I said. And so I went into the sitting area because I was outside waiting for the train. So I went into the city and I went to sit down and say, when the train is ready, I'm going to get on the train. I could have done 2 or 3 things. I could have decided to be very angry. I could start, be very uncomfortable. But you know what? It didn't bother me. Was I disappointed? Oh, yes, I was. But I took charge of the situation. I went to the waiting room and I went to sit down and I started reading. So I just thought I will wait for the next train because it's out of my control. I wasn't going to lose my head. I wasn't going to lose my mind over the train service that I have no control over. What I have control over is what I need to do right now. So what did I do this morning? Haven't experienced what happened yesterday. But you know what? Paraventure decides to do the same drama I did yesterday. I'm in charge, I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to get to the train and get the train before that, which is, even though it was 15 minutes, was inconvenient. But I thought, what, that is what I can control. That is what I'm in charge of. I can do that. So I woke up early. I got on the train. I went to the train station. And lo and behold, I got the 6:35 train. And I thought, cool, see? And I was going to work on time, as in more than enough time. I said all of this to say that you need to be able to know who you are. It is so key to know who you are. So I say to you again, who are you? Who are you? Can you type in the chat box who you think you are? If you are hearing me, could you just type in the chat box who you are? Who are you? Who are you? So, I said all of this to say this. Knowing who you are is key to living the best life that you could live. But that is what is going to make the difference in your attitude, in your character, and mold and shape you. So a lot of people are happy about what they can do. So for example, if you can sing, if you can dance, you're excited, you're happy. Oh yes, I got skills, I got talent. I can organize. I love parties. I'm good at cleaning. You're excited about that. But this same person is bothered, as in actually seriously bothered about the things they cannot do. So I'll give you an example now. So yes, I'm happy I can sing, I can dance, and perhaps I cannot, let's give an example. I'm not good with mathematics, understand? And so that bothers them real time, seriously bother them. But I can tell you from personal experience that I have learned to enjoy the things that I can do so well, and I've learned to accept the things that I can't do so well because I know who I am. And knowing who you are frees you up because I don't need to impress anybody. I don't need to be anybody. I don't need to compare myself with anybody. I am okay with the fact that yes, God has blessed me and I can sing, I can dance. And yes, I'm not good in math. Awesome. It is okay. It is okay because God has given everyone gifts and talents according to their ability, according to your abilities, the measure of faith, and it grows. So if you want to be good at math, all I need to do is spend time and know math. It's so simple. But I think what we find is that lots of women generally tend to start comparing each other and say, oh, why am I not like this? Why am I not like A or Mrs. B or Mrs. B? You understand? And you start using words on yourself like silly me, you understand? Oh, I'm not smart like that. And we start bringing ourselves down. Even without the help of anyone, we're doing that to ourselves. And I think we do that because we don't know who you are. You're supposed to celebrate the things you can do, and the things you can't do, You accept them because it is okay, because you are uniquely created just like that. God made you like that for a reason. God made you like that for a reason. It's not a negative, it is not a positive. It's something to work on if you choose to know more about it. It's just like someone who can sing. They still go for singing classes, vocal classes, warm up classes, things to help themselves to become better, even though they are skilled at singing. They don't say, oh, comfortably sit down and say, oh, yes, I can sing, and that's it. They need to do more, to sharpen yourself. The same thing with things you can't do. If you really would like to do, just spend time, knowing what it is, dedicate time on it, and you'll get better at it. So with this kind of attitude, you understand, you're not comparing yourself with others or competing with others because you know who you are. When you know who you are, you don't compete with others, you don't compare yourself with others because you are okay in yourself with yourself. However it is, you are fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I say it again. When you know who you are, you don't compare yourself, you don't compete with others because you are okay. You accept yourself just the way you are. Just the way you are. Just the way you are. So, what are the benefits of knowing who you are? I have a few written down here, so I'll be looking down my notes to read them out to you. I said, not comparing yourself with anyone, which we've just discussed, not competing with anyone, not worried about living according to anyone's standard. I think that is so key because if you start comparing yourself, then you start measuring yourself. But the benefit of knowing who you are is that you're not worried about living according to anybody's standard because you're living according to your own standard. You're living according to your own principles, your own beliefs, your own values. It doesn't matter what Mr. A or Mr. B or Mr. C is doing or Mrs. A. You're living according to your own standard. You understand? You're living according to what is true to you. You are secure in who you are in Christ. You glorify God because God created you and is happy with you. He's pleased with you. When He created you, He said you are good. He said you are beautiful. He said you are blessed and highly favored. You glorify God when you know who you are because you just be. Yeah, you just naturally be. You don't try to be something else. You just be who you are. You are fulfilled. You're fulfilled in all the things you do. You are happy. You are content, and you have the freedom to be you. Very important, freedom to be you. Like I said, it doesn't matter. You're free to be you. You smile, you jump, you laugh, you cry. You're free to be you. You serve others because you are not self-conscious or wondering what they are thinking about you. And I think that is one of the key benefits of knowing who you are. You'll be able to serve people. It doesn't matter what people say or what they think about you because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because whether you do or you don't do, people will talk. That is life. It's not personal. Get over it. Get over it. It's not personal. That's life. That's what life is all about. People talk, people say. So whether you do or you don't do, people will talk. So you might as well do and please God. Who is your creator? Who made you? Who gave you that assignment? Who gave you that purpose? You might as well just be. So one of the benefits, the key benefit that I personally enjoy, and I'm talking about right now, is serving others because you are not self-conscious. It's not about you anymore. It's not about how you look or how you dress or what you say. It's all about God. And so you put God in front and He backs you up, obviously, because God is a good God. He won't leave you comfortless. He's always there. And you're not wondering what other people think about you because you know you're serving God. You know everything you are doing is to bring God, to give God the glory. It's not okay to be able to do it all. I'll say that again. It is okay not to be able to do it all because they're not Superwoman, they're not Wonder Woman. Those are cartoon characters and they're fictions. They're not true. They're not real. In the real world, it's okay not to be able to do everything. It's okay to say, you know what? No, thank you. It is okay. It's acceptable to do that. Totally. It really is. You need to think about whose benefit is it when you are trying to take on more things. What are you trying to prove? Who are you trying to prove to? Because you need to know who you are, so there's no need to prove anything to anyone. There's no need to be threatened by what others can do. Because you are okay in who you are. You have to answer the questions. I don't know. It really is okay when you don't know something and somebody else knows the answer because it's fine. Honestly, it's fine because you know who you are. We know in bits, we know in parts, and if someone else knows the answer, it's awesome. Celebrate it because you know who you are. You're okay. We all learn every day. Like I always say in life, you either win or you learn. There is no failure. No failure. Either you win or you learn. And with that kind of mentality, how can you fail? How can you? Woman, do you know who you are? Because it's not about pleasing people, but being who God says you are. Be true to yourself and your calling. What has God called you to do? What gift, potential, talent has He given to you? Be true to it. You don't have to be like anyone. I say again, you don't have to be like anyone. You are okay just the way you are. Come just the way you are. You don't have to do things a certain way as well because someone is doing it this particular way, then that's the way to do it. No, it's okay to go this way. It's okay to break out of the box. Like a friend I have whose tag is break out of the box. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to fit the mold because you're different. You're not like A or B. Even twins are not the same. Even your print, you understand, is unique to you. It's just you that have that. It is okay to be different. It's okay to be unique. So that's what God has created you to be. Accept your uniqueness. Stop fighting it. If you know who you are, you don't have to prove it to anyone else. So actually right now to write down, if you're taking notes, you understand, some thoughts that I have here for you to think about. Who are you? Do you know? Have you decided? Who are you? Do you know? Have you decided? That's the first one. And the second one is, does your life and everything around you reflect that? So now who are you? You know, does your life reflect that? Is it showing forth? When people see you, can they say, oh yes, this is who you are? Think about it. If it doesn't, then you aren't yet who you think you are. I say that again. If it doesn't, then you aren't who you think you are. They need to align who you are and what you are doing. They need to align. They need to be, they need to be on the same page. You can't be here and what you are doing here. You both need to be on the same page, on the same path, going towards the same direction. And to work together except they agree. So the third one is, if you aren't who you think you are, become it. Simple, become it. If you are who you think you are, reinforce it, which happens naturally when you be. So if you know who you are, reinforce it. And the way it comes out is you being who you are. It just naturally will just show itself up. You don't have to try, you don't have to struggle, you just be. You just be. Be who you know you should be. And don't worry about whether anyone else loves you or respects you or follows you. Just be. Just be. Because the thing about it, when you're in your element and you shine, because you shine, it attracts people to you. It does. I promise you, it does. All of a sudden, you become noticed, you become recognized because you are in your element, you are in your place, you are in your safe zone, you are in a place whereby your gift, your talent, your potential is making room for you. So just be. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. You just be who you have been called to be. Knowing who you are is the perfect cure to accomplishing your goals. I'll say that again. Knowing who you are is the perfect cure to accomplishing your dreams. Because it's going to propel you to do more because you know yourself. I have some Bible scriptures here for those who like to take notes. Who am I in Christ? Loads of them. I have 2 Corinthians 5:17. As anyone who is in Christ is a new creation. Love that one. I have 1 Peter 2:9. I have Ephesians 2:10. I'll give you a couple more. I have John 15:5. I have Romans 12:2. I like Romans 12. In your mind. I have 1 John 4:4. I hope you've taken a bit of notes with that. God's version of you. More scriptures. 1 John 3:1. I have Psalm 27:1. Colossians 1:22. And I also have 1 Peter 1:3. I just want to talk about something briefly. You know, I wrote it down in my notes, so I'm just going to read it out the way I've written it down here. Every time you speak, you are educating your soul. Look, I'm reading it and looking at you. Every time you speak, you're educating your soul, which is your mind, your will, and your emotion, and as well as your body as well. So every time you speak, you are educating your soul and your body, and your soul is your mind, your will, and your emotion. So when you begin to say the same thing over and over and again, you know, you keep saying it, for example, I am blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed, you are making an impression. You know, you're making an impression. And I'll give you an example of what I mean by making an impression. You know, when a tire is going through a road or a grass or a path, and the tire keeps going forward and backward, it leaves an impression, it leaves a mark. When you keep saying to yourself, I am blessed, or if you say the negative thing to yourself, you're leaving an impression. You're leaving an, let's assume it's the negative things you've been saying to yourself because you don't know who you are. You know, you're comparing yourself and you say, silly me, and all these not so nice things about yourself. I'm not pretty, or my nose is in a certain way, my eyes is the other way, you understand? You keep making impressions. You're making impressions back and forth. You're saying it. You keep saying it, and you're educating your mind. Remember, I said it. Every time you speak, you're educating your mind, which is part of your soul. So your soul, emotion, and will, you're educating it, and your body, you keep telling it every day. You know, you keep saying it. So you're educating it. You're making impressions. You're making a mark. You're leaving a tread mark all the way. You keep saying it. You keep saying it. What confession does, which kind of like brings you out from that impression, is that it's smoothing is out. You know, you're already digging a hole, kind of like, because you're going up and down, up and down. I hope you're seeing my illustration. You're going up and down with the tire mark. What confession does when you speak, what your words say is that it now starts smoothing the path. So the path that is curved, all of a sudden now begins to come straighten out. With the more confession you say, it straightens it out. Because now he now has to bring the impression you've made, he needs to bring it up to level ground. It's so easy to say the negative and to do the impression, but to bring something down, you understand? To the pressure needed to bring it up is a lot more. And that's why some people say, oh, but I've been saying I'm healed, I'm healed, I'm healed, and I'm not seeing my healing. That's because the impression it's so easy to just go down, to keep digging, But to come up, you need a lot of energy, you need a lot of pressure, you need a lot of power, you understand? And so the more you keep saying the confession, then you're strengthening the impression, you're bringing it to level ground to get results. And that is why it's always good to be positive, regardless of what it's about. Be careful what you say with your mouth, to yourself, to family, to friends, but most importantly, to yourself. You cannot afford to say anything negative, regardless of what is happening all around you. It is well. It has to be well. Yeah, you may not know the way, but there is a way. There's always a way in God. You need to know who you are. Know who you are. So, I was saying it, and it smoothens the impression and removes the negative energy. That's what it does as well. So when you say your confession, and the more you keep saying it, it straightens the impression, you know, straightens it out, and it removes the negative energy. It propels it away from you. That's what I call it, negative energy. Because there's an aura when you keep saying sad things around you. You're not smiling, you're not happy, you feel depressed, you're snapping at everyone, at anything they say, you understand? But when you start making this confession, it removes the negative energies, and all of a sudden you can smile, you can breathe again. Nothing else matters now because it feels like everything is going to be okay. There is hope. That's it. There is hope. You now see a light, shiny little light at the end of the tunnel, and this helps you to react in the way you react to the situation. So think about it. How has God designed you to think? You understand? Who are we in Christ? Who do you think you are in Christ? You need to know that, because if you don't know who you are, like I said when I started, is that you're going to be labeled according to the world standard. So for example, for me now, talk about myself for a little bit here. I didn't know who I was. I didn't. So I was conformed to what other people said I was, to what the society thought, what my parents, my friends, my family, everything around me, what it said I was conforming to that. What they said I should be, or what I should be. That's what I was just forming into that mold, you know, into a shit, you know, like a person making something. I would just form. They said be this and that. They said be that and that. Because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know my identity. I've lost. It's like I was having an identity crisis. But the freedom I found, The freedom I found. I'm smiling because it really is freedom. The freedom I found when I eventually found out who I am, which is what I'm saying to you, woman, do you know who you are? The freedom I found when I eventually found out who I am released me to function in my strength. Oh, you need to see the joy, the freedom, you understand? The freedom I felt when I knew who I, it allowed me to it allowed me to be. I didn't have to conform to any standard. It didn't matter anymore. It didn't matter anymore. It didn't. It was okay. It was okay to say, I can do this. It was okay to say, I can be that. It was okay for me to say, you know what, I'm good at speaking. I like to smile. I want to be happy. It was okay to do that, to say I don't want to be miserable anymore. No more stress, no more struggle, no more shame. It was okay to I was able to accept things that I couldn't do, things that weren't my strongest point. To say, you know what, I'm not so good at this, but it doesn't matter. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. So it's giving me the self-confidence to know what I was meant to do and to tap into the power of my gifts. That's what it's done for me when I knew who I was. I was able to function in my strength. It gave me self-confidence to be, because I knew who I was, and I was able to tap into the power of my gift and calling and stop performing for others. Stop putting up a show for others. It didn't matter anymore, like I said, what people said or did not say. It didn't matter. All of a sudden, it doesn't matter, I'm okay. I cannot take it. It's okay. I was okay. I wasn't before, but when I got the freedom to be me, it didn't matter anymore. It didn't matter anymore. So I'm going to give you 7 keys now. If you're writing, 7 simple steps to build your self-confidence. 7 steps to build your self-confidence. I hope you're still here, because I can see people online. So I hope you're hearing me and you're enjoying it. If you have any question, could you just type it in the chat box, and then I will look at it and see. Just bear in a moment to just look through to see who we have. Okay, I can see we have Judy, we have Nick here, we have Joy. Thank you for joining us online. Awesome. Okay, just looking through to see who I have online, that's all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I hope you're getting something from woman. Do you know who you are? So moving on, I was talking about 7 simple steps, 7 simple things you can do to, build your self-confidence. Things that I have done that has worked for me, and I believe will work for you as well the more you do it. So the first one, number 1, celebrate yourself. I'm the biggest fan of myself. I celebrate myself all the time. Every time I do something, I achieve something, I celebrate it. How do I celebrate it? I do happy things. I do what I'm good at. What am I good at? What do I enjoy? I like watching movies, for those who don't know. So I treat myself to a nice movie. I said today's movie night. It doesn't have to be Tuesday or a Friday or Saturday, Sunday. Once I've achieved something awesome, I celebrate myself. Or I have a lie-in. Today is a work-free day. I'm just going to sleep, wake up, and eat. I give a good example. This Easter holiday that I went, that's all I did. I celebrated myself. Left, woke up, ate. Friday, Saturday, that's all I did. Slept and wake up. Did absolutely nothing. You need to celebrate yourself, because you are the greatest fan of yourself. If you can't celebrate yourself, how do you expect others to celebrate you? Woman, do you know who you are? The first step, like I said in my 7 steps to building your self-confidence, celebrate yourself. So I can tell you tangible things to do. So I give you examples of how to celebrate yourself. And so number 1, you can make a list of all your strengths. Because I promise you, when you do that, you feel good about yourself. It brings a certain element of, oh, I'm good, I'm good, Yeah, it brings that kind of level. It raises your self-esteem, your value. It raises it up from this to this. And the more you keep listing your skills and your ability, you get excited, you understand, you get pleased with yourself. So you could make a list of all your strengths. What are you good at? Singing, dancing, writing, organizing, planning, working with children. What are you good at? Listening. You have a good listening ear. What are you good with? Working with teenagers. What are you good at? That's celebrating yourself. I'll give you one more on celebrating yourself. What have you succeeded with in the past? So what have you done in the past? And people are like, oh my gosh, that was awesome. Celebrate yourself. Make a list of this. So that's the first point, celebrate yourself. I've given you 3 points, 3 things under that for celebrate yourself. Number two, catch yourself. Catch yourself is the word I took from Les Brown. I listened to a lot of Les Brown. I just love Les Brown. Love Les Brown. Anyway, not Les Brown now. So number two, catch yourself. So what do I mean by catch yourself? It means that replace your negative thoughts of yourself with positive one. So every time you're about to say silly, catch yourself. That's what I mean by catch. You're catch. No, I can't say that about myself. I'm blessed and highly favored. I may not know the way, but there is a way. There's always a way. I may not know it, but there is a way. I need to find out how. There's something I always say to my son. He says, "Oh, mommy, I can't do this," and I say, "You don't know how to do it yet. Mommy will show you how." Get it? I say it again. So he comes to me. He wants to perhaps open a jar of a toy. Let's say example, a toy. He's trying to close the toy or he's trying to open the toy. And he says, "Oh, mommy, I can't do it. Mommy, I can't do it." And he's going, doing the children moves. You know what children do? Up and down. Getting excited, agitated. And it's getting like to a state of like he's panicking now, and it's almost like he wants to start crying and feeling defeated. And I said to him, "Son, you don't know how to do it yet. Mommy will show you how." And I say to you as well, you may not know how, but you will learn how to do it. Because like I said, it is okay. You don't need to beat yourself. You don't need to speak negative words about yourself. No. Today ends it. No more negativity. No more self-doubt, self-limiting belief about yourself. It ends today. Because you can do so much more. Because you can do one thing does not define the whole of your life. Does not define the whole of your person. So don't let one activity, don't let one action, one thing now define you. There's so much more to you. So much more to you, and I'm sure you agree with me. So one thing can define the whole of your life. Surely it can't. Surely it can't. So catch yourself, You understand? Replace your negative thoughts of yourself with positive confession, with success stories. That's why I like testimonials. I like testimonies, good thoughts, happy thoughts, whichever word you want to call it. Surround yourself with that environment. Remember how great you are, so you can stop the crazy 8 circle of your negative self-talk. So crazy 8 circle, the 8 is like that. I call it the crazy 8. So when you keep doing the same thing over and over, you understand? The only way you can get out of the crazy 8 is by doing something different. If not, you keep going over and keep going over. You keep repeating the 8. So the only way to get out of the crazy 8 circle is, positive confession. No more negative talk to yourself. It ends now. Surround yourself with testimonial success stories, happy thoughts, basically. Number 3, decree and declare. Decree and declare. So make your confessions, call yourself what you want to be or see happen to you. For example, I am the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. I am blessed and highly favored. I stand out. People like me. I like people. Faith is all about calling things which are not to be. There's nobody saying, I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick. That's the obvious. That's not what faith is all about. If you're sick and you need healing, then you say, I'm the healed and not the sick. Sickness cannot stay in my body. You're calling forth what you want, not saying what is obvious. That is not what faith is. It reminds me of a message I listened from Tafidola, and she was saying that Tafidola is Crefudola's wife, just to explain that. She was saying that she saw a friend and she had a cast in her arm. And she said, after the pleasantries, hello, hi, blah, 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 blah. And she said to her, "Oh, I see you have a cast in your hand. Oh, what's wrong with you?" Oh, she said, "No, I don't have a cast in my hand. The devil wants me to think I have a cast in my arm." I thought it was funny and hilarious because I was just laughing my head off. The devil wants me to think that I have a cast in my arm, but I actually don't have a cast in my arm. This is not a cast in my arm. And she was saying to us in the message that is not what faith is. She's trying to tuck away the reality. Faith is not saying the reality does not exist. That's not what faith is. Faith is calling what is not as if it is. What she meant to be saying is, I am the healed and not the sick. You understand? And not say, oh, I don't have a cast in my hand, because she sure did have a cast in her hand. So I say to you right now, call forth what you want to be. You understand? Think about yourself, who you are right now, where you are right now. You understand? Think about who God says you are right now, and call yourself what God says. You know, he says you're blessed. He says you're highly favored. He says you are the head and not the tail. You know, above and not beneath. You stand out. You know, I like this favorite scriptures from Daniel. And this Daniel, so I always put my name in there, or my son put his name in there because it's kind of like a memory verse to say in the house. And this Daniel was preferred above the president and princes because an excellent spirit is found in him. So, and this talks, and you can say that with yourself, say with me. And this, you know, your name, me talks, was preferred above the president and princes because an excellent spirit was found in him, found in me, found in you. So declare what the word says, you know, affirm yourself. Because the more you say it, somewhere in your mind, you know, you remember the road marks, the treadmill we're talking about, you're creating your reality. You are molding your mindset. Because the only way to win is to see yourself as a winner. Think about it. So moving on, we've talked about the third step now, so I'll recap. The first one, celebrate yourself. Number 2, catch yourself. Number 3, decree and declare. So the fourth one is create a vision board. Awesome. I love vision board. Those who were with me on the retreat we had in March, I'm sure they thoroughly enjoyed it. I think a few of them are on the line, but we enjoyed the vision board experience. I cannot begin to tell you the importance of creating a reality using a vision board. I cannot, because when you see, there's something about seeing what you want to be. Because as humans, we see things in images and pictures, you know. Because when you say think about something, all you see is pictures. So to create your reality, one of the key things is to have a vision board. So I say to you right now, pictures. Think pictures about who you want to be, where you want to be, you know, the clothes, the car, the house, the children, you know, it's limitless. There's more than enough for you to imagine. You know, we grow up as adults and we stop thinking. We stop imagining. That's the word, imagining. As children, you could dream, you could be anything. I'm sure if I could ask every one of us here when we were growing up, what did you want to be? You thought you could be invisible, indestructible, you know, you wanted to be a cartoon character perhaps, you understand? Because nothing was impossible. But all of a sudden we grew up, and what happened? We stopped. And I'm here to encourage you, do not stop. Start dreaming. Start imagining. Picture. Dream big, dream wild. Yes. So that's what God has made us. We've got the capacity to do that. When you see your dream and goal, you are fast forwarding. It's kind of like you are fast forwarding to achieving that goal. It creates your reality. That's what I wrote in my book. It creates your reality using a vision board. I'm just trying to see if I have mine, because I do have one, and I carry it around with me. I have lots of vision board, book, whatever you will call it. Yeah, so I'll show you mine. Has my name on it, and it has lots of pictures in there and Bible scriptures in there. Lots of pictures. I have confessions in there. I have pictures in there. So just to give you an idea, and I have some confessions in there, depending on what I wanted. Depending on what I wanted, you understand? So it's just different things. Lots of pictures. I love pictures. Pictures, yeah. Houses, money, losing weight, you know? So, vision board, very important. I'm a fan of it because for me, it works. It works. It's just something magical, if I'm allowed to use that word, about having a vision board, a vision book. You understand? I have so many around the house, pasted everywhere. But yeah, so that's the next step. That's number 1, 2, 3, 4. Create a vision board. And then the 5th is don't give up. It's not personal, regardless of what happens. It's not personal. No one is after you, you know. No father out there is trying to harm you. No witch, wizard. They ain't got power. They ain't big enough. They ain't strong enough to get you. So it's not personal. So stop going after your boss or your husband or your daughter or a friend or colleague and say they are the one after you. No. It ends now. Don't give up. You keep going and you keep going. You keep loving. You keep showing care. You go, you know, break out of the box. Like I said, you do above the normal because you're different. Remember, you're different. You're unique. Remember, I said so. You are unique. You're different, and your experience is what makes you unique. Both of us won't go through. You and I won't go through the same path. No. Because my story is different from your story. The way I will package it will be different from the way you will package it, and it will still be the same message. You have a crowd, I have a crowd. So it's not a competition, like I said. We're not comparing ourselves. You have your nation, I have my nation. Get it? No competition, no comparison. Don't give up. So if you don't succeed the first time, what do? You try again. Remember I said in life, either you win or you learn. No failure. No failure. As a child of God, there is no failure. You either win or you learn in life. And you need to have that mentality, because that's what's going to get you through to the next step. So fire, re-aim, fire again, and re-aim again, and you keep doing it over and over again, because the more you do it, the more you get better. It's just like the athletes, the sport, those who run or those who swim, they keep practicing. Why? Because they need to get better. The fire, they re-aim the fire again, and they keep doing it over. Why do they do that? Because they need to be good. They need to be excellent at it. You want to get a gold medal, a bronze, or a silver. You need to keep practicing. Because the more you do it, the better you get at it. And this is what leads to creating your reality. So finally, tips for knowing who you are. I think you like that. Tips for knowing who you are. I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Just checking in to see if I have any questions from everyone here. Okay, I can see Kemi's here as well. Awesome. Okay, just looking through to see what I have here, that's all. If you have any questions, remember, you have to type it here. Okay, so I'll continue now. So the next thing I want to talk about now is just typing, replying. Okay. Just looking through my chat box, that's all. I'm still here, everyone. So, tips for knowing who you are. So that's how we're going to round up today. So I have some tips here. The first one, expand your mental understanding of who you are. Expand your mental understanding of who you are. There are so many dimensions to you, which is what I said to you. If you're like me, you're a mom, you're a sister, you're a wife, you're an entrepreneur, you like to sing, you like to dance, you like to teach, you like to motivate. So many dimensions of you. So you need to expand your mental understanding of who you are. You understand? I was saying to you, one of the key things about celebrating yourself is list your skills, your ability, what you're good at. You need to expand your mental understanding of who you are. Number two, what is being revealed to me right now about who I am? So I ask you, what is being revealed to you right now about who you are? Have a journal. I'll show you my journal. I have one here. Have a journal, and write what is being revealed to you. So the more you know about yourself, you write down, what is being revealed to you, write down. Because the thing with life is that we know in bits, and the more we expand in our knowledge and understanding, more is being revealed to us. We begin to know more and more and more. So I say to you, what is being revealed to you about who you are? You need to write it down, because then you can go back and reflect and say, oh yeah, that's actually who I am. Pray, very important. You cannot underestimate the importance of praying. Yes, pray. That's what I said, pray. You want to know who you are? Pray. It will be revealed to you. And after praying, what do? You wait and watch. Watch and wait for answers. Be patient. Don't rush it. Don't rush the process. A baby takes 9 months. A baby doesn't just pop just like that. It takes 9 months for a reason, for every part to be developed. So don't rush the process. What did I say? I said don't rush the process. Take your time. Enjoy it. It is okay. Like I said, you're not competing, remember? Because you know who you are. No competition, no comparison, nothing to prove. You have the freedom to be you. How cool is that? Freedom to be you. So you pray, you watch, and you wait for answers. Be alert. All your antennas, all your antennas, be alert. Because you will hear, you will see, you will smell, people will speak things to you. You will feel things sometimes. You need to be alert, and be prepared to receive answers that are meaningful to you. You may find answers on TV. Sometimes I remember a time I was watching the TV and I was kind of like in a place of waiting. And then all of a sudden I heard those words that I had to turn to like acknowledge that, seriously, as in, you're talking to me? I don't know if it happened to you like that, but yeah, sometimes I get words from the TV, yeah, from a movie, it happened to me, so I'm sure, yeah. So it could be anything. It could be anything, you understand? You may find answers on TV or movie, in a book you're reading, in conversation when you're speaking. So all of a sudden you say, I get it. I know what to do. Light bulb moment, like they say. You just get it. You just get it. So in a world of mistaken identity, it is very important to know oneself properly. I'm sure you agree with me. Woman, do you know who you are? It is very important to know who you are. The Bible says that we are created in the image and the likeness of God. We are a reflection of God's glory. If nothing else, I need you to say to yourself right now, I'm a reflection of God's glory. Say it again with me. I'm a reflection of God's glory. Who are you? I am a reflection of God's glory. I have the DNA of God running through me. The very essence of God is flowing through my body from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. That's you. That's who you are. Woman, do you know who you are? So, a woman, you understand? If you don't know who you are, I say to you right now, you're a child of God. You're a joint heir with Christ. Hallelujah. Joint heir with Christ. Yes, you are. And secondly, you are God's woman of virtue and excellence. So it's very important to know who you are. So as God's woman of virtue and excellence, you understand, it's going to be, if you don't live in that capacity, in that position, it's going to be a life of unfulfillment, and dissatisfaction. Yeah. If you don't occupy that position, a life of dissatisfaction, seriously, and temporary fulfillment, because you might be happy today and then tomorrow you go down. And that's why you see some people, they're up and then they go down, they go up and then they go down. You think, keep asking yourself, what's going on with growth or things, temporary satisfaction, because it doesn't last long, because it's not true, because you're not true to yourself, you're not occupying your place. You're a child of God, joined here with Christ. That's who you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So you must know or discover who you are before you can effectively help, inspire, and influence others. Because how can you help somebody when you don't even know who you are? And I say to you right now, you are here for a reason. You are here to do so much more. You're not here to occupy space. You are here to do so much more. And so if you don't know who you are, how can you inspire people? How can you help people? You are supposed to be helping people and pulling people up. You're sitting out there and you're looking. No. It's time to get off the bench, get off the bench. It's the sitting, the excuses does not work anymore. There's always a way. Remember I said that there is always a way, So you must know or discover who you are. I'm reading from my notes now because I just want to say it exactly the way it is here. You must know or discover who you are before you can effectively, that's the right word, effective, because you could do a little, like I said, temporary, what did I call it? Temporary fulfillment. Yeah. So you could do a little, but for you to effectively help, inspire, and influence others, you need to know who you are. You need to discover who you are. You need to be okay with who you are. You need to be content and accept yourself. No more comparing, no more competing, no more proving. There's no need. Yeah. Without purpose, you risk living a life of mediocrity. I say that again. Without purpose, you risk living a life of mediocrity. I'm sure you've had enough of the way things are right now. It's time for change. I'm sure you are. Yeah, it's time for change. I say to you now, it's time for change. So I want to introduce you to a powerful living, a purposeful living, where you are so focused and driven and nothing can stand in your way. Nothing can stand in your way of fulfilling God's purpose in your life, This type of lifestyle always guarantees success and prosperity. If you don't know who you are giving permission to other people, places, and things to define you. I say that again. If you don't know who you are, woman, do you know who you are? You are giving permission to people, to places, and things to define you. If you don't know who you are in God, and you let circumstances, so shame. And you let circumstances, you allow challenges and issues of life to dictate your path. You're just like a yo-yo. You're just like a yo-yo. If somebody says something and then you go down. And then somebody says something happy, then you go up. You know, who is controlling you? Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? If you don't know who you are, you let circumstances, challenges, and issues of life dictate your path. You will not take your place and occupy your position that way. I say it again. You will not take your place and occupy your position that way. You will not stand in your authority that way. Because I say to you, you have so much power. You cannot begin to imagine the strength and the power that you possess right now. So much more than you can imagine or think. If you don't know who you are as a woman, you will not know your worth and you will not walk in it. I say it again. If you don't know who you are as a woman, you will not know your worth and you will not walk in it. So it comes to the end of my woman, do you know who you are? And I hope I've been able to inspire you. You understand, woman, that do you know who you are? To say, you know what, it's time for me to know who I am. It's time for me to know what I'm about. I'm just going through to the beginning of my notes to kind of like look at the summary. You understand? Do you really know who you are? Who are you? Understanding who you are makes a massive impact on how you act, how you behave, and how you carry yourself. What do you believe about yourself? Do you believe the best about yourself or do you believe the worst about yourself? You are made to make something good even better. You need to say that to yourself every day. I am here to make something good even better. And the better even best. You know, your primary ministry is to help. As a woman, your primary ministry is to help. You know, to help destiny, to help humanity. You know, fulfill purpose. What we carry is not for you alone. So what you and I carry is not for just me. It's not for my family, me, myself, and I. No, it's not. It's not for me, myself, and I, you know. So basically, women, we have twofold ministries. In conclusion, we have twofold ministries. You know, we're a helper of destiny. So that's why women can help you, you know, incubate a dream. You know, they support the dream, support the vision. There's always women's conferences, women's gatherings. So that's what we do best. We support each other. We work well together, you know. No gossiping, no fighting, no comparing, no competition, no proving. We work well together. So women, we're helpers of destiny. And the second one is as a purpose. We have a specific call, a specific gift, ability that only you can do. Only you can do that. So you are doubly graced, if you know what I mean. You're doubly graced, two-sided. That's women. We're doubly graced. So you help incubate dreams for people, support people, and then you also have a unique calling that God has placed on your life. So being a wife is not good enough. There's so much more than being a wife. There's a singer in you, a dancer in you, a writer in you. You understand, an entrepreneur in you. You need to start that business. You need to write that book. You know, you need to start that nursery. You need to start that school. Yes, you I'm talking to. Yeah, it's time. It's time. You're doubly graced. You know, you're a help that is comparable, suitable, and adaptable to change. And that's why you can do so many things at the same time. I don't know if you've noticed that a woman can cook. While she's cooking, she's watching, you know, she's telling the child, watching over the children at the same time. She can do 3, 4, 5 things. You can multitask because you're doubly graced for it. Do not take it for granted. Do not waste the grace of God upon your life. Don't. You're doing a disservice to yourself. So in conclusion, I hope that I've been able to say to you that, woman, you're worth more than what you are doing right now. You're worth more than what you're doing right now. And I need you to wake up from the slumber, from the sleep. It's time to act. No more excuses. Excuses does not work anymore again. There is no reason for failure. There is no reason for not taking the step to move. If you don't know how to do it, you go to those who know how to do it. It doesn't have to be me. There are lots of awesome people out there who are there with support who will guide you in your church, perhaps maybe your family, maybe outside external factors. But you need to get out of your comfort zone right now, because now is the time to act. Now is the time to act. How can you help if you keep staying in your comfort zone? Think about it. So this is a chat to you as I close today on Find Your Place, Position, and Purpose. Woman, do you know who you are? To say to you, ladies, to say to you, mom, to say to you, woman, it's time to awake from the slumber. It's time for you to know who you are. It's time for you to occupy that position, to sing that song, to write that play, to start that business. Yes, enough is enough. It's time for you to be. To be. It's time. Enough is enough. So thank you everyone for joining me on the webinar. I hope you learned one or two things. I'm grateful to everyone who's attended the webinar, from Judy, to Joy, to Mary, to Nika, to Kemi, to Fiona, everyone that has joined, and I'm entirely grateful and pleased, and I hope that you learned one or two things from the webinar, which you will implement. So the next webinar again will be next month. I will be looking at the second step in Find Your Place, Position, and Purpose. And until then, I leave you right now, and I love you, and I say all the best. I say to you, it is possible. I say make a difference, do something different. Yes. Why? Because you're worth it. Bye. Bye.